What's up, everybody? Welcome to TV Talk, the show where we take a look at classic television shows, give our opinions, and maybe have a few laughs along the way. My name is Garrett Webb.
I'm Shaggy.
Say it a little louder. See, look at it. That's you.
I'm Shaggy.
What's up, everybody? We're taking a look at Scooby Doo today, the classic show from 1969. What do you think about that number, Chris?
I love it. Scooby Doo is absolutely one of my favorites. So
yeah,
I love it.
Now, if you look at the episode storylines, I don't think most of them hold up. But when you look at the aesthetics, the cast of characters, just the look of everything, I think it's a very, very crazy creative thing for even the 60s at the time. I think the characters still hold up, the aesthetic still holds up, the song still holds up, and that's what this is a great theme song that we just went through.
Oh no, yeah, no, I grew up listening to it.
So what do you remember of this old show?
The Dark Knight is a big one. The Dark Knight is probably one of the more iconic Scooby-Doo characters. I guess it's presented as a haunted suit of armor.
He was in the Scooby Doo 2 movie. I know who you're talking about.
Right? I think they found it in a truck.
Oh. Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
So, Scooby Doo, people understand him as well as the audience does?
Well, I'm confused by that question.
So,
yes.
Well, because not everything works like that. But do you see anyone other than Shaggy, respond to Scooby Doo?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, and actually, I think they do comment on why he's a talking dog.
Was it radiation?
Who knows?
He was bit by a radioactive dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh, some people believe that Scooby-Doo's alien or has alien blood or something, but that's actually a theme in a different Scooby-Doo show.
Yeah.
Mystery Incorporated.
Now, on the animation side of things, I think the show does get shit for reusing a lot of stuff, but it's very effective at saving money at the time, and the time was where animation was very expensive and hard to do. I think they did a great job with what they were able to do. Was it the most forward show? I think the aesthetic wise, it's very, very ahead of its time. I like the look of it is ahead of its time, even if it will reuse certain things, and the backgrounds won't change. They'll walk around the same hallways. I think it still looks great. I think it still holds up in a way. I think that this still looks better than a lot of the attempts to make it look newer.
This is Hanna-Barbera still.
Yeah, Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, this is Hanna-Barbera, so...
Flintstones, Jetsons, whole bunch of other stuff.
The art was good.
The art's good. It's just good design.
Upon everything, it's just good.
Good use of colors.
And, anybody can try to do something, but the execution is really, where it comes in. And you can say it was well executed.
I agree. First appearance of the Mystery Machine. Sorry, before we get away from it. So we got the gang. So here's Fred and Velma and Scooby. We got Shaggy and Daphne too. So let's see. Fred, how would you characterize Fred for those who don't know him? In the ascot, the blue pants.
I guess you could say Fred might, at first glance, seem just like some kind of preppy guy. There's dark theories about what he is. In all honesty,
we won't get into those.
You probably think he's preppy until you saw the people he hung out with, and then you'd be like, okay.
So then we got Velma.
You could say Velma's the brains, mostly. Velma solves the mystery. That's what Velma does.
Okay. Well, then we'll go to Daphne next.
Daphne?
Yeah, what'd she do?
Normally gets kidnapped.
Yeah.
Not always, but she fits the damsel role, but I can't remember if this because
purple color scheme.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a minute, so I can't remember if in this particular one she's also secretly a badass.
I think that they do that later on
Okay.
to make her not be so
But
much of a nothing character.
She's pretty much the damsel and the pretty girl of the group.
She has a good look. I like her look.
I mean, yeah.
Great,
Everybody's seen
iconic look.
Scooby-Doo,
Everyone
though,
has a
you
great,
know.
iconic look. Shaggy has an awesome, iconic look. The stoner of the group
Yeah, no, for sure.
are the
Culinary expert.
the hippie at the very least. Then we got Scooby Doo, title character of the show.
Funniest, coolest guy you'll ever see.
Probably least effective in solving the crimes. Maybe he's more effective than Shaggy. I don't know. But he's a talking dog, so he should be the mascot. They made the right call there.
Yeah, no, he's definitely the comic relief of the show, but it's great. I mean, it's not meant to be like, I guess, too serious. So
Yeah. They split up. They're looking for clues now. We get many, not many, but a few Batman appearances throughout the show. Those are always fun.
Yeah, I mean, you ever seen that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Scooby Doo meets Kiss was a good one too. I
Scooby
don't
Doo
know if
meets
you've
Kiss.
seen that
That's
one.
funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have this. I think I know about. That's a newer thing, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's not from the '60s or
Nah,
'70s.
probably not.
I would, because
I wish.
that would be funny.
No, that was probably a 2000s thing.
Yeah.
I appreciate this. It's nostalgic for me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
this is something I grew up watching, and I still love watching.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I'm gonna dig it out, but I do have the collection of Where Are You?
Good show. It's a good show.
No, it's really good. What do you think the main point of Scooby Doo is? What is the message of the show?
Child endangerment is funny.
Wow. Okay.
What do you take away from it?
You can't trust the people in power.
I didn't say I agree with the message. I'm saying that's the show's message.
Oh.
It may not be.
You think so?
It's not intentionally its message.
I guess I see what you're saying. Teenagers get in trouble.
It's fine though, because they're like both teenagers and 30 at the same time, half the time.
I always figured college-ish.
I think that makes the most sense. I think it makes sense that, they band together in high school, and then the majority of it's like when they're in full swing, it's college age. Most of them don't seem to be in school, in college.
See, my whole thing is like, but they have friends all over the place, all over the world. Some of them that are in college, like, to be a professor and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? How many high schoolers would have that connection?
The world buildings.
Especially in the 60s.
The world building's really weird, like they're super famous. Where do they get money? I guess these people are paying them.
Do they get paid, or are they just like, hey, yeah, you're welcome on the way out, and just grab something?
Well, I mean, I don't
think they do that.
I think they get paid, but I think if people can't pay, they still would solve mysteries. Like, it's not like, hey, can you pay, before they solve a mystery? But I think a lot of people, when they reach out to them, they, like, pay them money.
This right here, this is just one of the greatest reasons to watch Scooby Doo. Like, they're giving the monster the run around.
I do love that. I think all that's good. The slapstick, when it's like, it starts being like almost spooky at first, and then they're like trying to get away, and they're like throwing pies. They're hiding under a bear.
I want to say like the 60s was a big horror craze going on, wasn't there?
Definitely in the 70s, probably in the 60s.
Like
there's always a lot of
in
horror.
the 70s, wasn't there the Satanic Panic or whatever?
Yeah.
So I think the 60s had a lot of like the Fishman, Dracula, monster movies and stuff.
Yeah, so this is a classic thing in these shows, these wild chases where they're trying to get him, but they're running away.
Yeah, and you gotta give Fred some credit here. I know they all do like their part, but like imagine being on the run. I know he probably carries some sort of supply, but being on the run and being like, oh, what do I do? If you know the formula, it normally ends like a blunder how the monster gets caught, but sometimes the traps work, and you got to give him credit on that, you know. I think I had Scooby Doo Night of a Thousand Frights on GameCube when I was a kid, so that was a good one.
Yeah.
I wish there was more, like I said, but I also love Scooby Doo. I watched almost all the shows. I watched Velma. I wasn't too impressed. I still watched some of it for, I guess, to say the sake of why I don't like it. But
yeah. Some things are just
like,
entertaining
what's
for
really
kids.
going on? You know?
Yeah, some things are only entertaining for kids, and some things are good for kids and adults. And I think the best things are for kids to watch and be able to come back as an adult and there be more there. I hate going back to something I liked as a kid and it to be like hollow and like there's nothing there for adults. Because a lot of kids' movies are good for both. Shrek's still great for everyone.
I get nurture the mind and all that. Trust me, I understand that. But you also got to remember there's still a real world out there, and not everybody plays by the nice rules. So
That's
all I'm
Scooby
getting
Doo.
at is over censoring.
So you heard it here first. Stop censorship, and also this has been Scooby Doo on Tales from or Tales of TV, whatever we name it.